I'm starting my video over because of something very funny. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm half asleep. This is the first time I've ever tried to do a live tutorial. I'm not planning on editing this. It's been a mosh pit so far. Let me catch you. So when you put in the Invector, or the, not the Invector, the Opsive third-person controller and you hit play, it first brings up this screen. Right here. Now that's all you would be able to see in the video, but if I put on the VR headset, I'm looking around with the camera controls that I implemented. I had to click this first to spawn a character into the area so that you could see what I was seeing. So, without further ado, it didn't work. It doesn't like the VR camera right out the gate. I'm gonna, maybe I should just try Invectors. What's happening here? Escape? Third person. Why is it not showing that? What is this display? How do I get rid of that? There's gotta be a way to get rid of that. Canvas? Is it the canvas? It's the canvas. Sweet. Alright, so I'll just show you this. Alright, in VR, I've got my hands, I've got my world for Invector, and my camera controls that I have, which allow me to zoom the camera out here to get a nice, good third-person view. Let's see. Now, the problem I had before is oh, my character's right there. See, I didn't know where my character was before, but you can see I'm pushing my character right here. Oh, hey, the analog sticks do work right out the gate. That's nice. So I've got my character here. I'm just walking through the level, moving the camera with my hands here. And right out the gate, I didn't really set up it. He's walking. Okay, he's not walking the way I want him to. Probably need to mess with the inputs, but you can kind of see that it's working. But what's great about this camera control is you can turn the world upside down and your character doesn't fall off the world, because technically the world's upside, or the camera's upside down, not the world. I haven't changed the world orientation at all. And that's why I think this is pretty cool. I just have a hard time, or I'm not sure that's completely obvious right out the gate. But anyway, so you can walk around, you've got your character on the ceiling, on the wall, on the floor. Think of it as a way to do a gravity experiment, but just rotate the camera instead of the world. You could even make a copy of this world over here, and then as soon as you go walk up to this wall, you can spawn them over to there and instantly move the camera over so that it transitions like it never happened. You know, stuff like that. Really a lot you could do with this, especially in the VR space, where you can move the world around and look at it like this while navigating a character around. And it doesn't break the physics of the game at all, because it's not changing the level, just the camera. Nothing moves here except for the camera. Not a thing. Except for a fake little transform that I put in there to kind of make it work. And it runs really well. You can zoom in and out, and you can actually zoom all the way into first person if you really wanted to. And then the movement actually kind of feels like Lone Echo. You're pulling yourself through the world. Like you could climb a wall if you just put it on both hands. So this is a really cool camera script, basically. So here I have my character here, almost. Let's see. I don't have my debug log, so I can't show you the actual scale. Or what is the scale of the camera? You can probably see it. I can't. I have my camera selected. OVR camera rig. Yeah, there's the scale. Yeah, it's about 1 right now. And if you look at the scene, you can see here, I'll spin the camera around a little bit there. So, anyways, let's try it. So it works pretty much with Opsive right out the gate. The controls need some work to get your character moving correctly, and that I didn't input their input system, and because it would conflict with the Oculus, I just didn't want to deal with that right now. So that's for another day. This isn't even something that I'm planning on really using right away. This will be way down the road for me. So let's see, Invector. Let's just go to their shooter template. Let's go to I can't see it. Demo scene. There it is. What's this one? Hip fire, shooter melee. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. Sure, I'll save it. Why not? I'll come back in here and play with this some more. Alright. Oh, this is going to be a little different experiment, but we'll try it. Oh, I need my... let's actually just go make a prefab out of that real quick so I don't have to do that again. Oh wait, actually I cut out the part where I set up the camera rig. So let me show you how to set up the scene. So I just opened the scene from scratch. The first thing I'm going to do is find the camera. Where they put their camera? Third-person camera. Delete that. Cannot restructure open prefab. What? I am not used to the new Unity version. I have not even touched Unity in a couple of years other than the last few days, so I'm still fumbling around a little bit here. Let's see. Wait, I can just search for main camera, right? Camera main. Scope camera. What's this camera? Camera is active. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that on. I'm just gonna disable all their fucking cameras. And that should do it. Hopefully. Let's see if this just works out the gate. Let's throw Oculus, VR, Fabs, camera rig. Play and see what happens. And it appears to work. Okay, so I'll stop there. Now I gotta add my scripts to it. So I am going to first create myself a empty object. I will call this my origin. I will reset it to 0. I will then create a new add component. Game manager, new script. There we go. Game manager. Oh, I already created that script. So the script I got off my website at mixedreality.mr-worlds.com. It's on my blog post. Just copy this whole thing here. That's your game manager script. Okay, back to here. So we've got to set up a few variables in here. We've got our main pointer. What I would like to do is create a little cube in each of my hands, and I'll call this my left pointer. And we'll change the size of this to 0.01 so it's not ginormous. And then we will duplicate that and move it to my right hand anchor. And I will rename this to right pointer. And then on my camera on my origin, I've got itself is going to be my origin. I just put the game manager there. It doesn't really matter where you put it. My rig is the entire camera rig, and then my 2 pointers are my left pointer is my offhand, and my right pointer is my main hand. Alright, and what these do is this just sets up all the camera controls that I've put into that little script there. You can see it's only like 20 lines, but it's pretty cool what it does. Alright, and back to Unity, and one other thing I forgot to mention, this actually looks much better if you do it against a black background, because the way it moves the camera around, it just looks much better this way. I'm not sure if I have to change all these. Like I said, I haven't really used Unity in years, but I know this works, so play. Alright. Into Invector, let's see what happens. So out of the gate, the Opsive worked. Invector, I've got my little level here, I've got my character there. The input does not work out the gate. Let's see what happens if I just do Invector import project settings. This might break my camera control, but we'll see. Never tried it. Actually, no, I shouldn't. It should be fine. Yeah, it's good. Okay, let's zoom out. Can I move around? Yeah, now I can move around here with that. So I'll just walk over here. Again, turn the world upside down. Character doesn't fall off, doesn't move. You can walk around while changing the world's position 1,000 different ways, and your character's movement has not changed or been altered one bit by any physics in the game, which makes it kind of fun. So with this, I would say that you could add VR to literally any third-person game. What I've been wanting to do is modify games like Parkitect with just a camera to view their little worlds. It's like little dioramas. Kind of my thing, but if you zoom out too far, your character disappears. That's good to know. But you can get out to about, it's a pretty good God's eye view of the world here. Go into first person. You can even go down to less than first person. You can make yourself really, 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 really. Well, that takes forever to scroll back though. I need to work on that. And there we go. It's kind of a smooth exponential transition as it zooms to the point right here. Hey there, buddy. Chill. Still controlling right here. Hey, there we go. And back out. Let's speed this up. I actually need to put a speed factor on this to make it a little quicker. Anyways, I could probably roll, jump, punch. This one's actually kind of a little better right now. I'm kind of digging this one. I think Invector might win my favorite character controller for right out the gate. Well, without a doubt, actually, because the Opsive one controls. In fairness, I didn't input their input manager either. I bet it would work just fine if I did that. Okay, let's see. What else do I want to tinker with here before I go to sleep? It is only 3:20. That only took 20 minutes. Did you see anything on the screen? I did the same thing again, didn't I? Oh wait, no, you can see that. It was just like popping up all this stuff. Anyways, okay. Escape. Stop play mode. What else can I try? I think Invector had another demo scene that would be fun to try. I guess there's a basic Locomotion demo scene. Let's just try that one. It's just moving around is really the funnest part right now. Save it, sure. Alright, I gotta figure out how to disable all the cameras again. Let's see. Delete. Alright, drop my camera in there. Origin in there. My origin didn't keep the variables, got my dumbass. Wait, I did it. There. Left pointer, off pointer, right pointer, main pointer, origin, kept itself, okay. Brandon, yeah, that's it. Okay, should be fine. Let's see what happens. Alright, trying out the gate here. I've got some stuff moving around. Where did I make my other controller? There it is. The worst part of developing in VR with Unity is you have to keep the headset on, sort of. I'm looking at the wall. On to go into play mode correctly. Well, this isn't that big of a level, but yeah, it'll be kind of fun. Hey, sound, door opens. What's my jump button? Oh crap, my jump button's on the left controller. Yeah, it's all good. Press A to climb up. Which button's A? Map to A, that's crouch. Trigger, grip. Oh, there. I guess it's just A. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, it just works so good right out the gate here. This is, let's see, let's go across it this way. So if I'm laying down in bed and I've got that on the ceiling, I'll just run across. What happened? Where did I go? Where am I? Oh, there. So I can't run up that one, but I can probably run up this one. Yeah, I'm just looking up at the ceiling, laying in bed, playing a game. Oh man, jump button's over here. Oh, no, not that one. And move up. And space it out. And let's get hard. Jump. Damn it. Jump. Actually, this would be a good time to just kind of say that my next project is pretty much just going to be a level builder. And I'm probably going to use this for the character controller. Just VR level building blocks like this, all these little automatic, like you can set up, I'll make it so you can place these ladders wherever you want, you place them all in the scene, and then run a character around it, create an obstacle course, go online with your friends and create scenes together and run around together. I'll put some multiplayer in it. Just gonna be a little sandbox, and I've got plans on where to go from there, but I'm not gonna get into too many details. Let's see. Oh, actually, one last thing I want to showcase real quick. Since I'm thinking about it and I don't want to forget, the script that I have for the camera, there's two different camera movement styles. This one and this one. So with this one, it's a little better for if you're not trying to put the world on the ceiling. It works the exact same way. It's just actually coded completely different, but a little more intuitive. But this makes it so that the world zooms and rotates by pressing the instead of moving it around in every direction, it locks it to this rotation basically. And when you press left or right on the analog stick, it orbits the scene. It works a little bit smoother. Actually, this version seems to work a little better with the zooming. I need to tinker with the other one maybe a little bit. This one actually zooms to point much better and smoother. But yeah, that keeps the world level so that you're just, if you want it that way, that's obviously what most people are going to do. Hey, did I just pass through? No, there I am. Got to work on the clipping plan. There's things to work on here, of course, because as your camera scales up too much, it goes down. But if you try to scale the world down to make it look small, your character ends up moving at Mach 10, and you don't know if you've got all the 1,000 variables in their character controller set right. They've set these up for everything to be at scale 1. So just changing the scale of the camera and the position of the camera, the rotation of the camera, you can set everything here static, and you can bake the lighting, and it's just a scene, and all you're doing is moving the camera. And where I think this is really going to shine is with augmented reality, because you take out this black background, what do you have? You have the world, and then to be able to take a scene with this much geometry and just turn it upside down as if you were moving the world, but all it's doing is flipping the camera upside down, but you visually can't see the difference because it's happening at the exact inverse rate, basically. The way this whole thing works is if I were to move the scene, I would pick up the scene and move it to the right. I would move the scene that way. Well, to move the camera in the exact same way, I just move the camera this way instead. So I move this right, it's just moving the camera left. When I move it forward, it's moving the camera back, up, and down, but just the opposite. And rotation, for this version, I just used a rotate around point because it gives a good zoom to point, rotate around point functionality. But with the other one where I just changed the rotation, it's kind of hacky the way it's implemented, but it works super easy and no code at all. But it's just matching the rotation of a fake sphere that you're moving and then changing the camera to the exact opposite of it, basically the inverse of it. So if you were to do this with the less hacky way, and I did it once, I just can't remember for the life of me. It has something to do with quaternions.inverse and multiplying and dividing, and yeah, it's a mess that I don't understand with quaternions right now. It's been too long, but you can do the same thing. You can flip the camera around, and that's the way that you really need to try to program in virtual reality and augmented reality with, especially if you're doing a third-person experience like this. If you're doing a first-person experience, well, it's pretty straightforward. You leave everything at one scale and you walk around, But when you start doing the third-person stuff and the augmented reality, and just translating this game, a third-person game from VR into AR, this is how it's going to have to work. Is something similar to this, or this, actually. I mean, it's so simple to implement. It was like 20 lines of code. I expect this will be what people do. It's super easy. And a lot of people already do it, probably, but it was so simple, I figured I'd throw a tutorial out there and just give it away to the world and see if anybody can make use of it. So, that being said, I'm going to try to sleep, most likely not be able to after I upload this video, and go from there. Cheers. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Mixed World. I'm gonna work on all this. I gotta find a way to monetize this without making me charging anything. So I gotta make money off advertisements on YouTube or something. Where's the play? My cursor's disappeared. Escape. There's. Aha! A clue. Oh, stop recording. Later.